Hey folks, welcome back to the monthly vlog. October's been a great month. I felt a lot of progress, both with the project, as well as personally, mentally, spiritually, all those things. Also, Colorado in October is just unreal, and I got to do some really cool stuff. So let's get into it. This month, I've been working harder and more consistently than ever. In addition to working on a bunch of music, I've been posting a ton on social media, and I haven't seen like a ton of growth or anything like that yet. But just the fact that I've been consistent is something that I'm really proud of. At first, it was pretty tough. I think a lot of artists deal with that feeling that posting consistently must bother people, right? When you put a lot of work into a post or a song that you're sharing and it doesn't do very well. It's like, oh man, that must really suck. Or, just doubt just starts to creep in. And it makes it hard to make the next post because you're like, wow, that one didn't do well. I don't know why they'd want to hear about it again. So it's definitely a bit of a challenge. And I feel like I was getting it really in my head. And, but the cool thing is I was able to kind of turn it around. I picked up one of my favorite books. It's called Mindset Secrets for Winning. And it talks about how focusing on the product instead of the process kills a lot of dreams. It reminded me that you have to get your joy from the process because failure is literally how you get better. So you have to embrace it. Around that same time, my vocal coach told me something that really stuck with me. He said, every step of this journey, even the hard ones, especially the hard ones, you really have to learn how to appreciate. Because if you choose to learn from your failures and grow, then every challenge becomes a blessing. The real turning point for me came when I was on this hike. And it's pretty normal for me to have deeper revelations like this when I'm in nature. But yeah, the weather was immaculate. The leaves were changing colors. The sunset was just insane. And I had this moment of clarity where I remembered, I am so blessed to be where I am. But this is like the first time in a month that I am actually enjoying it. There's this old saying, wherever you go, there you are. And I think when I moved out to Colorado, I was thinking, oh, I'll just automatically be on cloud nine all the time. But that's not how it works. I realized that I cannot rely on what's external to fix what's internal. And I damn sure don't want to let what's internal get in the way of me experiencing to the fullest what is external. And there I decided, my mindset has to be a top priority for me moving forward. Because like Wayne Dyer says, there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. On the practical side, my Instagram metrics actually look really good. I've been getting enough engagement to have my posts be pushed out to new people. And the idea is that, with consistency and trying to get better with every post, you find your audience and then you try to grow that audience. Since making that shift, I've been celebrating what I call process victories, finishing an idea instead of overthinking it, choosing to take a break when I need one, and just avoiding the rabbit holes that I used to fall into. Instead of obsessing over one song, noticing what I'd like to improve, and then applying that to the next one. And this has been huge because at the moment, I am challenging myself to finish 5 songs before Thanksgiving. These are some of my favorite tracks over the past few years, but it's taken me so long to finish them. And I mean, historically, it's just taken me so long to finish songs in general. But as I've said before, that system is not going to get me to my goals. And so it's time to come up with a new system. And I think one of the best ways to do that, honestly, is just giving yourself a deadline. And don't get me wrong, it's hard. I mean, it has been pretty difficult. But it's also been amazing because I feel like I've been learning to prioritize what matters most in terms of getting a song finished and to just let go of the rest. No song will ever be perfect, but finishing songs consistently is what allows you to build skill and build momentum. And so I'm choosing moving forward, that is where I'm going to get my joy from. Finishing songs, not trying to perfect any particular one. Final thing to kind of close things out, I love to include some footage of the fun things that I got to do during the month. This month was basically all disc golf. These first few shots were from a course called Wonder View, which is really cool. I mean, it had all these little decorations and this badass vintage Camaro that was just chilling. Also, one of the coolest dogs I've ever seen just walked right up to me as I was walking up and checked me out and then went on its way.
Look at that guy.
I'm going to share some of my favorite shots. Admittedly, not all of them were successful, but it's more about where you are than how the game's going as I hit the street. Not quite enough juice there. This was the course I played the most. It's called Beaver Ranch, and it's one of my favorite courses in the world. Also, one of the highest rated courses in the world. I think it's like 19th. The course is super unforgiving. I mean, there are just unlimited trees between you and the basket, which makes it all the more satisfying when you hit the chains. Unfortunately, hitting the chains doesn't always guarantee you will stay in the basket. This is probably the most fun drive of the entire course. There's so much elevation change, and if you throw the disc the right way, it will just keep going. And in case you were wondering, that was an absolute bomb. So yeah, that's been my October. Lots of growth inside and out. If you're chasing something creative, I hope this is a reminder to you to get joy from the process. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in November.